Hi, I just thought I'd share my thoughts. I found out about 2 weeks ago that my dad has got prostate cancer. So basically, he's had it for about 3 years now, and he's only really just found out. And they basically gave him 3 to 4 years max for his life. It's been difficult for me because long story short, my mum and dad had me. My mum and dad split after a year or so after me for their own personal reasons. My dad moved on, my mum moved on. My dad lives up in Yorkshire, in York, and his parents live in Bradford, so we're based and live down in Somerset. They had me in Oxford and they moved around the country. So I carried on seeing my grandparents and my dad every year, once a year, on the 6 weeks holiday for about 2 weeks, growing up after they split. And then did this up to about 7 years old, and it all stopped. I was told later on in life that it was me that stopped it because I didn't want to do it anymore, but I love my grandparents to bits and obviously my dad. But as I lost contact with him for a bit, I forgot all about him, and then I was told that he was my Uncle David, not my dad. So on him going up every year, I used to see him and think he was my Uncle David when actually he was my dad. So this went on to about 7 years old, seeing him once a year, and my grandparents that I loved to bits. My granddad was like a dad to me. I got so many memories of them together. And my granddad was a keen photographer, and he took loads and loads and loads of photos, thousands of photos, and I had about 3 or 4 albums and maybe 2 or 3 cases of photo slides that he used to show me every year for the previous year. And I always remember him saying to me that he would save them for me, and we used to call the books, the albums, the Andrew books. But I lost contact with them. Apparently I stopped wanting to see them, but I don't think that was right. And after so many years after that, my granddad died. I was told he died, and then my gran, after so long, remarried, and obviously we carried on with her life. Anyway, later on, I got to like late teenage, early 20s, and my gran passed away. It turned out that she had a mental breakdown on her third husband, and decided to throw everything out, including all my Andrew books and all the slides. So all the memories I've got is basically up here. We used to go far, Filey, Scarborough, Bridlington, Robiners Bay, all around there. I've got loads of memories of Filey Brig, things like that, which I'm looking at going to go up there for the first time this year, in end of August, around my birthday. And I know I'm not going to see, or I'm not going to expect what I've got up here, because I know that a lot of it's changed after all those years. I'm 45 now, and last time I was up there was about 7 years old. So we're looking at nearly 40 years. So I'm going to be very upset and emotional, I think. But obviously, going back to my dad, we lost contact, and then we eventually started writing to each other. And then every Christmas, birthday, he used to send me a card and a letter with some money in it, normally £20. And he did that from like 7 years on to literally now, till I'm 45. He still does it now. But I regret what I did, because I didn't really do any more than write to him every couple of months, and I always have done, and I've always thanked him for the money he sent when he has sent it, so I've been respectful of that. And he got to like, I don't know, I'd say about 12, 13 when I got found out, excuse me, that he was my dad, which put a different light on it. But then I still carried on writing to him. So it was only about till about 3 or 4 years ago that I then started seeing him once a year, going up to see him. He's 75 now. He works out 4 to 5 days a week for a couple of hours at a time. Loves his weightlifting, and has done for many years. He remarried, but he's now his wife's carer, so he looks after her and has to lift her in and out the bath and around the house. So he's got his commitments there as well. And obviously now he's just found out that he's got prostate cancer that he's had for about 3 years, but we seem to think that the gym work has masked that. So hence that's why he's just found that out now, because he had to do more tests, and then they found that. It's gone through his prostate into his bones, so now it's basically going right through his body. He's not having any chemo. He doesn't want any chemo. He is taking injections to deal with his testosterone, to lower that. I think it's lower it. But while he's going to gym, I'm not sure. Well, it's nice for him not to be giving up his gym work, because I know that he's fit and healthy anyway. But he's not giving that up, and he's not having his chemo. He's just going to rely on those testosterone injections and go from there. So you hear stories, obviously, of people say getting 4 years and living 5 or 6 or 7, and you hear people on the opposite end of the scale where they get told 4 years and gone in 2. So obviously I'm hoping that he's going to be living for quite a while over that. He's hoping that he's going to do the same, obviously, but he also doesn't want any assistance other than those testosterone injections. So it's a little bit muddled for me, because I got my dad really back in my life, which is my own fault. 3 or 4 years ago, not wanting to see him before, because I was going through a lot of stuff through my life with what I was being told. So basically I decided in the end to go up and see him and listen to his side of the story, and I wish I'd done it a lot earlier in my life. So now I'm going to be going up and seeing him in a couple of weeks' time, and then I'm going to be going up and seeing him obviously end of August when we're up that way on holiday as well. So I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 visits a year, because obviously it's quite a distance for us. So we're going to see him as much as we can, because obviously we know once the cancer takes his body, he's not going to want to go out, and I'm going to be restricted as to how I see him and when I see him. So I'm just dealing with that now. So I then got told by my dad last week that his dad died of cancer. So it's obviously in our side of the family, especially the males. So I'm having a PSA check, well, a chat with the doctor Monday, which is 3 days' time, as I'm 45, to start the ball rolling and get checked out myself, because obviously it seems that my granddad's had it, my dad's had it, and there's a chance that I might have it, because obviously I've got wife and kids I need to consider as well. So hopefully that'll be sorted, but my head's everywhere at the minute. It's like I've gone from hearing obviously other people outside the family with cancer, pulling through it, some people, other people losing their lives, but in my personal life it's never really been there, and all of a sudden now cancer is a massive thing for me now. So yeah, so I've took a couple of days off now, off work, just to get my head around it and think about things. But let's see what a chat with the doctor on Monday brings. But it's difficult, the distance as well. But I really wish that I went to speak to my dad, or actually visit him years and years and years ago, not leaving it till like 40, 41. But there you go, these things happen. We just got to forget the future, all of us, and think about the past, and think about the future. Because obviously that's all we've got now, is a future left. And all my memories of Yorkshire, all my holidays as a kid, my grandparents died, and the only link that I've got to all those memories is my dad. And now obviously he's going to be leaving us soon. Well, not soon obviously, but hopefully it'll be a while. So I'm making the most of it while he's here, because after that I will only be using what memories I've got left. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Just wanted to open up a little bit and really speak to people I don't know. But I don't expect any sympathy or any comments or anything like that. Just wanted to share this. So thanks, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.